Hello, my name is Sarah, and I want to talk about some cool demos. Now, game demos have to do a lot of work within a small package of time, and I don't think they're talked about as often as they should be. A game demo is often a free, bite-sized introduction to a game that lets you try before you buy. Essentially, it lets you know a little bit more about core mechanics, a bit about the storyline, and to just get a general feel for what you're going to experience in the full version. There's a lot of reasons why a game might decide to launch a demo. In particular, in advance of a game's release, they may launch something to give players a bit of a feel as to what the full game is going to be and encourage them to add it to their wish lists. They may also use the demo to gather a bit of feedback and make a few changes ahead of the game's release. Or they may simply just want to encourage people to join their communities, for example, a Discord channel. To summarise my feelings on game demos,
I just think they're neat.
with that out of the way, let's talk about today's demo of choice, Restory. Restory is a cozy simulator game where you are the new owner of an electronic repair shop set in early 2000s Japan. Each day you'll show up, open your shop, take a few orders either online or in person, and you'll start bringing old people's tech back to life. Developers are Mandragora. They are based in Armenia and they were founded in 2014. Their previous release, I Am Future, is a cozy apocalyptic game that I've sunk several hours into. So when I was doing research into games set in Japan for my previous podcast episode, which was about Inconveni and Promise Mascot Agency, I came across Restory there, and because I played that previous game, there was already that interest in, ooh, what is this? This looks like a game I could play. I've been playing a lot of games set in Japan recently, and so when I saw Restory, I was very excited to try it, but it doesn't come out until later in 2026, so I was happy to see that a demo was available to play. And that's how we ended up here. The demo starts you off in your shop with a very minimal to-do list and small tutorial to kind of get you up to speed. Before long, you'll have your first customer, which also happens to be your lovely landlord. Across the days, you'll be given more complicated devices to fix, along with access to better tools and spare parts that will help replace broken devices. The demo is roughly an hour long, and once it's finished, you can continue and take on more odd jobs if you don't want the fun to end. Based on this short playthrough, I feel like I got a good idea of what the game's going to look like, what the main mechanics are, and a little bit about what that story is going to be. Let's start with the visuals. The demo showcases your shop, a small little area filled with warm light amidst the streets of Tokyo. Immediately, I'm struck by all the small details in the room, the various cables strewn about, and the cracks in the walls. Everything has a reason to be there. Even the small graffiti of a bike and a little person sleeping next to it, which indicates that that's where you go and save when you're done for the day. The game has committed itself to this coziness genre, and considering how much of a moment this space is having right now, I think this is a really great idea. Next up, I want to talk about the mechanics, which is basically how you interact with the game. Now, the core part of Restory's gameplay is taking apart old devices and repairing them, all of which can be done just using a computer mouse and clicking and dragging. When you're first looking at a new device, it can be a little bit tricky to figure out where things are going to be coming apart and where you should be placing them. And then you've also got to remember how to then put it back together. Thankfully, there is a handy notebook to the right of you where you can look, you can see a full list of the parts, and that can help you understand what you've got left to add in. Some devices may end up having broken pieces that need to be binned, and you'll need to go to the computer and find new spare parts. Although the game tells you to be wary of any sellers that have low ratings, I often found that I could just order whatever item was the cheapest of that type of device, and 9 times out of 10 it had the spare piece that I needed. So from this demo, I get the idea that this is meant to be a chill, relaxing type of game rather than necessarily a challenge, which I think makes sense considering it does appear to be this target audience of cozy and casual players. Lastly, let's look at the storyline. This is mainly shown through the characters that will come to your shop and interact with you. Whilst we only see a small glimpse of what's going on within this demo, we do notice that these characters are interconnected and conversations that you have with them will affect future conversations, potentially with other characters. So, final thoughts on this demo. I had a really lovely hour playing this game. It felt good and it's made me more interested in playing the full version, so I'm definitely going to be picking it up when it comes out. I really love all of the character art and the small details that mean that even though you're kind of staying in one location for the whole game, you're always going to be seeing something different and experiencing something new. Like there's enough going on to keep you interested. I also very much believe that you can tell when a game has been made with love. And I can see that the developers have put so much hard work and effort into the game, and that really comes across. So thank you, Mandragora Games. I think you've done a great job so far. I'm looking forward to seeing the full thing. Now, we're at the end of this demo exploration, but I would really love to know your thoughts based on what you've seen here. Are you interested in going off and playing the demo yourself, or maybe you'll wait until the full game comes out? Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll also leave a link to the game as well in my video description. I really think you should check it out. I just had a really good time. And if you like the kind of games that I do, those kind of chill, fun, casual games, then this one's probably way up your street. Thank you so much for watching this. This was the first demo video that I have done. I'm hoping to do a few more. I've got loads of demos in my library and I thought that this was just a really nice video series to give a go and practice my skills. So if you've made it this far, thank you so much. And let me know if there's anything you would like to see in the future, and hopefully I will see you next time. Bye-bye.